This next question comes from Peter. Since we are trying to reimagine success, and this is for you, Andy, what shortcoming of how we measured success was exposed by the pandemic?
Wow. Well, I think I'm going to have to revert to some of those ideas I was suggesting about results and relationship, and how it is the case that results can take us so much of the way there, so much of the distance of the ways that we want to try and get things done and understand what our lives are really all about. But if we end the story there, then somehow it feels that we haven't quite taken the step into the fullness of what's important and what's most about reality and the way that we live. So, you know, some of the concrete examples that you might point to would be this really big difficulty that we've had about how to understand the value of human life and whether or not we should go down the route of lockdown, for example, versus what some other countries have done because we want to keep the economy going. There seems to be this kind of irreducible conflict in those two sets of ideas, and what should come first? What is the thing which should sit right at the top of our system of values? I was recently reading the poem "The Age of Anxiety" by W.H. Auden, won the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry in 1948. And it's 75 years since the event that poem was writing about, all about the Second World War. It's 75 years since that event came to an end. And this poem, that The Age of Anxiety, what it tries to do is explore the different ways that we rationalize things in life. And W.H. Auden sets up this conversation between four strangers in a New York bar, each of the four strangers representing one of the ways that we as humans try to rationalize the experiences we have. So you have thinking, you have feeling, you have intuition, and you have our senses. And they step into this conversation where no real conclusions are reached other than that what we put at the top of our considerations is most important. And I think most of the shortcomings that we've seen during this time, if it's right to say there have been some, and I think that it is, have been driven by a slightly inept or anemic view of the value of human life and what is most important to us all. And I've tried to suggest that some of those things find their best explanation in terms of the Christian worldview and the way that it explains them.